The wind screamed across Valkyros, 9 like a living thing. Not normal wind. Not natural. This storm sounded angry. Like the frozen planet itself hated anything alive. Snow hammered against the armored transport ships hovering above the ice field. Giant engines roared through the blizzard while dozens of alien soldiers marched toward the extraction ramps. And far behind them, 30 human cadets stood abandoned in the snow. No shelter, no supplies, no rescue. Cadet Amelia Hayes stared upward as the last transport prepared to leave. The freezing wind sliced across her face hard enough to draw blood. Beside her, Marcus Reed laughed weakly through chattering teeth. "Well," he muttered, "this feels illegal." Nobody answered, because deep down, every human standing there already understood the truth. This wasn't punishment. This was execution. Lieutenant Vector of the Call Dominion stepped forward slowly, his heavy boots crunching through the ice. Tall, armored, cold yellow reptilian eyes staring at the humans like they were already dead. Behind him, several Call soldiers smirked openly. One even recorded the moment on a helmet camera. Humans failing was entertainment to them. Vector activated a holographic scroll. By order of the Galactic Coalition Military Tribunal, he announced, Human Cadet Unit 7 has failed the integration evaluation. The storm intensified around them. You are hereby removed from Coalition advancement programs. Marcus stared at him. You dragged us to a death world for a school exam? No answer. Vector continued reading. Due to insufficient transport priority, extraction has been denied. Silence. Only the sound of the wind remained. The human cadets looked at each other. Nobody begged. Nobody panicked. And somehow, that disturbed the aliens more than fear would have. One of the Call soldiers frowned. Why are they so calm? Another shrugged. They're in shock. But Amelia Hayes knew the truth. Humans had learned long ago that panic wastes energy. And energy meant survival. She stepped forward slowly. So this is it. Vector looked directly at her. You were warned humanity was unfit for coalition warfare. Amelia narrowed her eyes. Funny. Humans usually survive things aliens call impossible. Several Call soldiers laughed mockingly. Vector did not, because something about the young woman's voice unsettled him. No fear, no desperation, only anger. Cold, controlled anger. Another transport ship began lifting into the sky. The humans watched silently as the engines disappeared into the storm, leaving them behind. Marcus looked around the frozen wasteland. How cold is this place exactly? One alien soldier answered with amusement. Cold enough to freeze exposed flesh in 4 minutes. Another added, and the predators smell body heat from kilometers away. Several soldiers laughed again. Amelia stared directly at Vector. What's your name? The question caught him off guard. You ask questions while facing death? Yes. The storm roared between them. Because when we survive this, Amelia said quietly, I want to remember who abandoned us. The laughter stopped instantly. Even the wind suddenly felt quieter. Vector studied her face carefully, then finally answered, Lieutenant Vector. Amelia nodded once. Cadet Amelia Hayes. For one strange moment, neither moved. Then the final transport vanished into the blizzard, and the humans were alone. The cold arrived fast, far faster than expected. Within 2 hours, temperatures plunged below -90 degrees. Snow crystals sliced exposed skin like tiny blades. Breathing itself became painful. The human cadets marched through white darkness searching for shelter while hurricane-force winds tried to bury them alive. Cadet Lou collapsed first. His legs simply stopped working. Marcus grabbed him immediately. Come on, man. Stay with us. Lou's lips were turning blue. I can't feel my hands. Amelia scanned the horizon desperately. Nothing. Only endless ice cliffs and death. Then one cadet shouted through the storm, "Cave! Over there!" The humans pushed forward together, dragging the exhausted, carrying the injured. No one left behind. Because human survival worked differently. Aliens focused on individual strength. Humans survived through stubborn teamwork. They finally reached a narrow cave beneath a glacier ridge. Everyone collapsed inside, breathing heavily. Marcus immediately checked on Lou. Too late. The young cadet's eyes stared blankly toward the ceiling. Frozen. Dead. Silence filled the cave. Nobody spoke for several seconds. Amelia slowly closed Lou's eyes, then stood. "We keep moving tomorrow." A cadet looked at her in disbelief. "That's it." Her jaw tightened. "We mourn later." The others understood immediately, because survival came first. Emotion later. Marcus sat near the cave entrance. "You think the aliens expected us to last this long?" Amelia glanced toward the storm outside. No, and that worried her, because humans surviving impossible conditions usually made enemies nervous. 3 days passed. 3 days of starvation. 3 days of blizzards. 3 days hiding from creatures beneath the ice. The humans learned quickly: never travel alone. Never stop moving. Never make unnecessary noise. And above all, never let the snow fool you. Because Valkyros 9 was alive. Something moved beneath the glaciers at night. Something huge. The first time they heard it, every cadet froze. A deep screech echoed across the frozen plains. Not an animal sound. Something worse. Something intelligent. Marcus slowly chambered a rifle round. "Tell me that's just wind." Then the ice beneath them shifted. Everyone aimed weapons instantly. A massive white creature burst from the snow 20 meters away. 8 feet tall. Bone-white armor plating. Rotating jaws lined with razor teeth. The cadets opened fire immediately. Gunshots thundered through the storm. The creature screamed violently before disappearing beneath the ice again. Silence returned. Marcus stared in horror. What the hell was that? Amelia checked the tracker device. Movement everywhere beneath them. Hundreds. Run. The humans sprinted across the frozen valley while the snow exploded behind them. The creatures hunted through vibrations. Every footstep attracted more. Cadet Torres fell first. A claw erupted through the ice and dragged him screaming underground. Another creature burst from the snow directly beside Marcus. Amelia tackled him aside barely in time. Gunfire flashed across the storm. Blood sprayed across the snow. The humans fought desperately while retreating toward the cliffs. Finally, they reached another cave system and sealed the entrance using explosives. Silence. Heavy breathing echoed through the darkness. Marcus slowly slid down the cave wall. "We're dead." "No," Amelia answered. "We're alive." "There's a difference?" "Yes." She checked the ammunition count. Too low. Food supplies. Almost gone. And now the creatures knew where they were. Perfect. Orbit above Valkyros 9. Coalition Command Ship Resolute. Admiral Serac studied casualty reports with growing irritation. Multiple outposts had gone dark. Mining stations stopped responding. Thermal sensors detected strange underground movement. None of it made sense. Valkyros 9 wasn't supposed to be this dangerous. An officer approached nervously. "Sir, Northern research teams lost contact again." Serac frowned. "Equipment failure?" "We thought so at first." The officer swallowed hard. "Then we received this." A damaged transmission played across the bridge. Screaming. Gunfire. Metal tearing apart. Then a final terrified voice. "They're learning." Static consumed the recording. The bridge fell silent. Serac leaned forward slowly. "What exactly are they?" Nobody answered. Because nobody knew. Then another officer spoke carefully. "There's also the matter of the abandoned humans." Several crew members laughed quietly. One officer shrugged. "They're already dead." But Serac remained thoughtful. Because something bothered him. Humans had a disturbing habit of surviving situations that should kill them, and if those cadets were somehow still alive, then they were probably causing problems already. Back on the surface, the cave entrance exploded inward. Snow and ice blasted across the chamber. The creatures had found them again. Humans grabbed rifles instantly. The battle began in total darkness. Muzzle flashes illuminated screaming monsters lunging through narrow tunnels. Cadet Ramirez emptied an entire magazine into one creature before another ripped him backward into the shadows. Marcus swung a combat knife wildly. Amelia fired point-blank into another creature's skull. The tunnels echoed with gunfire and screams. Then suddenly, a different sound appeared. Alien voices. Call soldiers. One badly wounded alien stumbled into the cave, firing behind him frantically. 3 ice creatures chased him. The humans killed them instantly. The wounded call collapsed face first into the snow. Every cadet aimed weapons at his head. Marcus stepped forward angrily. This one left us to die? The alien looked up in terror. Blood poured from deep claw wounds across his chest. Please. Amelia stared at him silently, then slowly lowered her weapon. Marcus looked shocked. You're kidding. He's injured. He abandoned us. And right now he's helpless. The cave became silent again. The alien stared at Amelia in disbelief. Why help me? She knelt beside him carefully. Because we're human. For the first time since arriving on Valkyros 9, the alien soldier looked afraid of humanity. Not because humans were cruel, because they weren't. And somehow, that was far more terrifying. Hours later, the wounded call soldier finally spoke. My unit is dead. Nobody answered. The alien looked around the cave, at the starving humans sharing food with him, at the exhausted cadets treating his wounds, at Marcus arguing while giving him water anyway. None of this made sense to him. Call soldiers abandoned weakness. Coalition doctrine demanded efficiency over emotion. Yet the humans risked supplies to save an enemy. Why? He asked again quietly. Marcus snorted. Because if we let you die, Amelia gives speeches. I do not. You absolutely do. A few cadets laughed weakly. Even Amelia smiled slightly. The aliens stared at them with confusion. How were humans still joking? They were freezing, starving, hunted, abandoned, and somehow still laughing. That frightened him more than any monster outside. Because creatures that refuse to break are dangerous. Very dangerous. Then suddenly, the cave floor trembled violently. Dust rained from the ceiling. Everyone froze. The wounded call's face turned pale. That's not the smaller hunters. Amelia slowly stood. What do you mean? The alien looked toward the darkness beyond the cave entrance. His voice dropped to a whisper. There's something bigger beneath the ice. The mountain shook again, this time much harder. Then somewhere far below the glacier, something roared. Not an animal sound, not a predator. Something ancient, something enormous. And every human in the cave realized the same terrifying truth at once. The monsters hunting them were running from something else. The roar beneath the glacier echoed through the cave like thunder from another world. Every cadet froze. The wounded call soldier slowly backed away from the tunnel entrance, his scales visibly trembling. That sound, he whispered. I heard it before the mining stations vanished. Marcus tightened his grip on the rifle. And you decided not to mention that earlier? I assumed it killed everything already. Another violent tremor shook the cave. Cracks spread across the icy walls. Snow poured from the ceiling. Amelia immediately snapped into command mode. Move. Now. The humans grabbed supplies and sprinted deeper into the tunnel system while the glacier groaned around them. Behind them, something massive was moving beneath the ice. Not walking, swimming. Like the entire frozen planet was an ocean hiding a monster below. Hours later, The cadets reached a cavern unlike anything they had seen before. Massive blue crystals glowed through the darkness. Ancient metallic structures stretched across the walls. Ruins. An entire buried city beneath the ice. Marcus stared upward in disbelief. "You're telling me this death planet has underground alien Atlantis?" One cadet ran a scanner over the walls. "These structures are ancient." The wounded Call soldier looked horrified. "No." Amelia turned toward him. "You know this place?" The alien swallowed hard. There were myths. The humans exchanged looks. He stepped toward one of the glowing symbols carefully. The first civilization. Silence filled the chamber. Every species in the galaxy knew the legends. A civilization so advanced they supposedly shaped planets themselves, then vanished without explanation thousands of years ago. Marcus looked around nervously. "So naturally we found their haunted basement." Suddenly, the walls lit up. Blue energy pulsed through the city. And somewhere deep below, the giant creature roared again. Closer this time. Orbit above Valkyros 9. Coalition command descended into chaos. Entire military outposts vanished one after another. Massive underground energy signatures appeared beneath the glaciers. Admiral Serac stared at the tactical display in disbelief. "What in the stars is happening down there?" An officer answered shakily. "Sir, something is waking up beneath the planet." Before Serac could respond, a transmission broke through the static. Human frequency. The bridge instantly fell silent. Amelia Hayes appeared on the holographic screen. Bruised, exhausted, alive. Several officers looked stunned. "How are they still surviving?" one whispered. Amelia ignored them. "Listen carefully. Valkyros 9 isn't a mining world." Serac narrowed his eyes. "Explain." "We found ruins beneath the glaciers. Ancient ruins." The bridge murmured uneasily. Amelia continued. "The creatures attacking your outposts aren't invading." A pause. "They're fleeing." Cold silence spread across the bridge. "Fleeing from what?" Serac asked. Before Amelia could answer, the transmission distorted violently. Then a sound hit every speaker simultaneously. A roar. Deep. Ancient. Powerful enough to shake the entire command ship. Several bridge officers collapsed to their knees, covering their ears. Warning alarms erupted instantly. Massive energy surge detected beneath the northern glaciers. The tactical display exploded with red warning symbols. Then the ice cracked open. Something colossal began rising from beneath the planet. The surface of Valkyros 9 exploded upward. Entire mountains shattered. A creature the size of a city emerged through the glacier. Black armored plates. Glowing blue veins running across its body. Eyes burning like suns. The Coalition fleet froze in horror. No weapon database contained anything remotely similar. One officer whispered, "That's impossible." But humans had already learned something important about the universe. Impossible things usually become problems eventually. The giant creature looked toward orbit, then opened its mouth. A beam of blue energy erupted into space. One Coalition destroyer vanished instantly. No explosion, no debris, simply erased. Panic consumed the fleet. Retreat. All ships fall back, shields collapsing. The creature roared again, and the planet shook beneath it. Deep inside the buried city, the human cadets stared at ancient holographic recordings flickering across the walls. The first civilization, the creators of Valkyros 9, and the truth behind the monster. Amelia watched the hologram carefully. The ancient species had engineered biological guardians. Living superweapons designed to defend entire worlds. The creature outside was one of them. A planetary guardian. Marcus looked pale. "So let me get this straight." He pointed upward nervously. "That thing is basically an immortal alien war machine." "Correct," the wounded Call muttered. "And we woke it up. Also correct. Marcus sighed heavily. Fantastic. One cadet studied the holographic controls nearby. There's some kind of command system here. Amelia approached immediately. Symbols glowed brighter as she touched the interface. The city responded to her presence. Then suddenly, a holographic figure appeared before them. Ancient, tall, not human, not Call, something older. Its voice echoed softly through the chamber. Guardian awakening detected. Everyone froze. The world remains under threat. Amelia stepped forward carefully. We're not your enemy. The hologram ignored her. Primary defense system active. A map appeared, showing the Guardian moving toward orbit, toward the Coalition fleet, toward billions of lives. Then another message appeared across the chamber. Emergency override available. Marcus pointed at the screen. That sounds useful. One cadet translated the symbols slowly. Then his face turned pale. There's a cost. Amelia looked at him. What kind of cost? The cadet swallowed hard. The override requires direct neural synchronization. The wounded Call immediately understood. No. Marcus frowned. What does that mean? The Call looked toward Amelia. It means whoever activates it dies. Silence. Complete silence. Because everyone already knew exactly who would volunteer first. Amelia stepped toward the control platform. Marcus grabbed her arm instantly. No, we don't have another choice. We'll find one. We don't have time. The city trembled violently around them. The Guardian was getting closer to orbit, closer to the fleet, closer to war. Marcus' jaw tightened. You already got us this far. Amelia smiled weakly. Then let me finish it. No. A new voice echoed through the chamber. Everyone turned. The wounded Call soldier stepped forward carrying a damaged reactor core. I found this in the lower tunnels. The scientist cadet scanned it quickly. His eyes widened. This could amplify the synchronization field. Marcus blinked. In normal language? It might keep her alive. A pause. Or vaporize everyone in this room. Marcus groaned. Why are our plans always terrible? Because deep down, humans knew the answer. The universe never gave survival freely. You fought for it. Every single time. Orbit above Valkyros 9. Coalition fleets burned across space. Entire battle groups failed to stop the Guardian. Admiral Serac watched another cruiser explode across the stars. Hopelessness spread through the bridge. Then Amelia's voice returned over comms. Admiral. Serac immediately leaned forward. Cadet Hayes. We found a way to stop it. Hope surged across the bridge. What do you need? A pause. Then Amelia answered quietly. Time. Serac looked out toward the massive creature tearing through warships. Then toward the terrified officers around him. Species that once abandoned humanity, mocked humanity, considered humans weak. And now, only humans stood between the galaxy and extinction. Serac activated fleet-wide communications. All coalition ships. The bridge became silent. Advance. Several officers stared at him in shock. Sir, our casualty projections. I know the projections. His eyes hardened. For once, he looked toward Valkyros 9. We do not leave humans behind. The fleet surged forward, straight toward the Guardian. Inside the buried city, Amelia stepped onto the synchronization platform. Blue energy erupted around her instantly. Pain exploded through her nervous system. She screamed. Marcus grabbed the control console desperately. Hold her steady. The reactor core overloaded. Lightning flashed across the chamber. The Guardian suddenly stopped moving above the planet. Its massive consciousness connected directly with Amelia's mind. And suddenly, she saw everything. The first civilization. Their wars. Their fear. Their loneliness. And the Guardian itself. Alone beneath the ice for thousands of years. Waiting for masters who never returned. Protect the planet. Protect the planet. Protect the planet. The command echoed endlessly through its mind. The creature wasn't evil. It was trapped, bound forever to an order from a civilization already dead. Tears ran down Amelia's face. "You've been alone this whole time." The Guardian paused. For the first time in thousands of years, someone understood it. Marcus shouted from behind her, "Amelia!" But she barely heard him. The Guardian's ancient consciousness surrounded her completely. Cold, endless, sad. And Amelia did the most human thing possible. She reached back with compassion. Not violence, not fear. Compassion. Memories flowed between them. Human families. Laughter. Friendship. Sacrifice. The cadets standing together in the snow. Humans protecting strangers who abandoned them. The Guardian saw humanity's greatest strength. Not power, not weapons, empathy. And slowly, the ancient creature understood. Orbit above Valkyros 9. The Guardian suddenly stopped attacking. Every coalition ship froze. The massive creature slowly looked toward the stars. Blue light dimmed across its armor. Then every communication system in orbit activated at once. One voice echoed across the galaxy. Ancient. Powerful. They are worthy. Silence followed. Then the Guardian slowly lowered itself back beneath the ice. The glaciers sealed behind it. The storm began calming for the first time in centuries. And across the fleet, nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Because humanity had just accomplished something no species in galactic history had ever done. They stopped a superweapon, without destroying it. 3 months later, Galactic Coalition Central Assembly. Representatives from hundreds of worlds filled the massive chamber. Admiral Serac stood before them silently. Behind him hung 30 human banners, one for each cadet abandoned on Valkyros 9. The chamber remained completely silent. Serac finally spoke. "We judged humanity incorrectly." Images appeared across giant holographic screens. Human cadets carrying civilians, protecting enemies, standing together against impossible odds. "We believed strength meant superiority." Another image appeared. Amelia Hayes standing in the snow, bruised, exhausted, defiant. "We were wrong." Silence deepened. Humanity's strength comes from something far more dangerous. The images shifted again. Humans laughing in the freezing dark. Humans refusing to abandon each other. Humans sacrificing themselves for strangers. Compassion. Several alien delegates lowered their heads. Ashamed. Serac's voice hardened. "We abandoned them first." No one argued, because everyone knew it was true. And despite that, he paused. "They still saved us." Complete silence filled the chamber, because the galaxy finally understood something terrifying. Humans were not dangerous because they were strongest. Humans were dangerous because once they decided someone mattered, nothing in existence could stop them. Years later, visitors from hundreds of worlds traveled to Valkyros 9, not as a prison world, not as a death world, but as a memorial. 30 statues stood at the entrance to the buried city. Human cadets facing the storm, together, protecting those behind them. And engraved beneath the statues were the words that spread across the galaxy forever. They left humans to die. They regretted it.